What's up, guys? Average Kiwi Guy here. How y'all doing? Star Wars trailer out. Star Wars trailer out. Holy shit. I knew we'd probably get something somewhere along the line with this celebration thing going on this weekend. I'm so glad that I stayed up till 5:30 in the morning because now I get to see it and I got to make a video real quick. So, yeah. For those who don't know, I'm a massive Star Wars nerd. I got helmets, I got ships, I got all the stuff up there. You just can't quite see it from the camera. I love me some Star Wars. Absolutely love me some Star Wars. And I've been waiting for this trailer for a while now. We're like, I knew it was going to come out around this time. I knew it was going to come out around the celebrations. Didn't know when through the celebration was going to happen. Boom, right now. So we're gonna check it out. We're gonna have a look, and I'll probably try and contain myself at a little bit, but we'll see. Let's check it out. 3, 2, 1, go. What you doing, Rey? Lucasfilm. That logo, man. Ooh. Oh, back to the more classic Rey. Going back to episode 7, trying to we're not going near 8 anymore.
1,000 generations live in you now.
I was kind of hoping for her to have her own. Really was.
But this is your fight.
Ghost Luke. Guaranteed. Dude, is she facing down a TIE fighter in the desert? Probably on Jakku. Kylo's one too. Got his gloves. Oh, she a badass now. Well, she was always a badass, but she even more badass. Oh, the music. The Leia music. Lando! The boy is back. A-wings and everything.
Always be with you.
Oh, Leia. This is wreckage of
No one's ever
the
really
freaking
gone.
Death Star. What? No way. Holy shit! Holy shit! The Rise of Skywalker. Oh my goodness. Alright. I'm breathing. Alright. So we're gonna have to just break this stuff down. Just a little bit here. So, I don't know, you can't quite see it, but I got Star Wars helmets all along there. I got Star Wars ships. I'm a Star Wars nerd, straight up. It's my thing. It's my fandom. It's the thing I get into the most. All that stuff. That, clearly they are going back to the, we have to go back to what we did well in 7. Clearly people did not like what we did in 8. I actually quite liked Rey's look in 8. I thought it was a more, sort of a little bit of an upgrade, but clearly they want to go back to her classic look, which I don't mind. Either way is still good. I was hoping that she was going to get, her own weapon, her own lightsaber. I would have absolutely loved her to have a staff, a lightsaber staff in some shape or form. This would be a staff that with small lightsabers at the end or something, or a double blade. It would have been sweet to see a hero with a double blade. It would have been really cool, but not meant to be. Going with a single, and look like the Skywalker one too, which could bode for something, especially with that title. Oh, okay. So she's facing down the Kylo's TIE fighter, coming at her, straight on at her, and she basically just backflips it, and I'm guaranteed she's gonna cut that thing up. It's gonna crash, and then they're gonna face off. I'm pretty sure that's Jakku, because you know Jakku's got a lot of like it's all tied into this, you know, this era of Star Wars at the moment. Especially if you read the Aftermath books. I've read all of them. They're pretty damn good. They get better as you go through them. For sure, but Jakku is so tied into all of this, so I would not be surprised if everything sort of culminates there, like that's the final showdown area. So definitely she's like, it's basically like Return of the Jedi Luke, like she's done her training, she's become more of a badass now. You know, she's like, she was always super powerful, she's always like instantly, you know, figures out the Force stuff, so it wouldn't take her too long. But yeah, so she's even more of that sense. Obviously we have the Luke monologue going as well. Luke was never going to go away, when, you know, obviously with him, you know, going in 8 in a very badass fashion. Not to many people's liking. Like 8 is, I'm probably not as hard on as 8 as like what a lot of people are. Like, I don't like it. Like, I think there's a lot of issues with it. There are parts of it that just do not make sense. It's stupid. But there are moments in that film that are really, really good. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with that, and like how they try to retcon in a way around certain 8 events and things like that. But with Luke, you know, Luke dying and, you know, going into 9, he was always going to be around. He was going to be like the Obi-Wan, you know, sort of style that, you know, was in the originals with Luke. You know, he'd just be a Force ghost. So we knew that was going to happen. So this whole monologue of, we have given you, we've trained you, we've given you everything. It is your fight now. We're gone. You know, like, and I imagine like this could be a speech that happens. Like, I'm guessing Leia is gonna go at some point in this. Like, they'll probably have a death scene for her, a very dramatic one, I'd imagine. So this was probably like him talking to her after that, maybe, possibly. So like, we have done everything we can to help you with this fight. This fight is yours now. This is up to you. You know, that sort of thing. So that was a nice monologue from Luke there. Then we get into like a little bit of the you know, the show off bits, the flash like cuts and stuff like that, that will probably get fleshed out a little more in the proper trailers, the big trailers that come down the line over the year, coming through the year. We sort of see this mountain like city that looks really, really cool. Like, kind of looks like maybe, kind of has a sort of like a monastery type feel to it, but it's like all a city and stuff. Looks really cool. The A-Wing coming on that. Then we get like this sort of woods battle on this like red sky planet with Kylo just wrecking house, using that freaking T-saber thing, and actually uses the side bits there and actually impales one of the soldiers and puts him into the ground. That was kind of cool. Then, you know, and then as we go through, like, he's cutting into his helmet, making that look more cooler. I don't know how the red's getting into it. Maybe it's like an you know, injecting something to it or something. I don't know. It looks like it's cutting. Is that cutting it? I don't know if it'll stay red or not. Maybe it's just laser and being super hot. But yeah, no, he's doing something to it. They're probably gonna put his mask back on, because, I mean, we'll get to the big reveal at the end there, but Kylo, I never felt like Kylo was a big enough villain to carry it himself. So I think putting the mask back on might help him a little bit carry the villain part until we get to that big show, that big reveal, I think. Because Kylo's all we got at the moment until that part, clearly. So, yeah. it will be interesting to see what how he carries the day in that sense. I never felt Kylo was that sort of that uber villain, you know, the emperor type villain. He was always that underling type guy. He was the one who got given the orders, not gave them type thing. And we kind of saw that with 8 and near the end there, sort of thing. Clearly we're getting the buds back together, which I think should have happened in 8. Finn and Poe should have been together in 8. I liked Rose. I thought Rose was fine. I think it should have been Finn, Poe, and Rose together. I think would have worked perfectly, but that didn't happen. So clearly these two are partnering up. They're going to be sort of fighting off on their own sort of thing. Definitely on the same planet as Rey. And Finn's got her staff, which is interesting. So I don't know. Maybe she gives it to him to help him out or something. I don't know. Little new droid sitting there, like this little wheel one with a bit of a cone. Looks like a little bit of a junk sort of thrown together one, along with BB-8. So that's kind of cool. Then we get one of the big shows, one of the big faces, the big ones. One of the last of the originals, Lando. He should have been in the end of 8. He should have been there. He should have been one of the ones to come and help the rebels at the end there. Like, clearly that should have happened. If you play the Star Wars Battlefront 2, I know that game has a lot of issues, but the story mode of that, like, Leia sends those characters off to the Outer Rim to find help. I think this is where Lando gets pulled into things. So I think that's what happens. Like, the characters in that go and get Lando. So cool to see. Looked a little bit more filled out. You know, he's older and stuff like that. It's good to see him though. It is really, really good to see him. It wouldn't be right if he wasn't there. Definitely wouldn't. You need one of them. Like, you can't just have a Force Ghost, Mark Hamill. You need Ability Williams to be there to just help connect this one to the old ones. You needed that. So really good to see him. Got the laugh going. Looks like he's having a good time. Just got the Falcon with Chewie and stuff like that. So Rey must run into him at some point. Great to see. Sort of a speeder chase. Looks cool with 3PO. Kind of on a junk sort of thing. Sort of chased by speeders. It's definitely going down the Return of the Jedi route. It's definitely going down the Return of the Jedi route. And I kind of had that feeling with J.J. Abrams taking back over. They definitely want to make it a more traditional Star Wars. They went away from it last time. They want to sort of get back, I think, in the good graces of a lot of Star Wars fans that wanted that more traditional Star Wars film. So I think this is what's going to be. They're going to sort of follow that Return of the Jedi route, I think. So yeah, so speeder chases, obviously it's different, but it's gonna be similar in that sense. I think they'll have certain things that refer back to it, a little bit like Force Awakens and New Hope. It'll have similarities. The pacing will be similar, stuff like that, I imagine. Looks like a medal there. I think it might be the medal that. I think that's the medal that Leia gave Han, maybe? I wonder if that's Leia's hands. And she's like looking over it, with Han being dead, stuff like that, like maybe cleaning out some stuff of Han's and stuff. Pretty sure that's the medal he got in 4. And I mean, like the really nice scene here with Carrie Fisher, and it's they're gonna pay homage to her a lot. I do think she's gonna have. I think they will end up either she will go off into the sunset or she will be killed off, and probably a very badass way. She deserves whatever they do. I hope it's a grand thing and it's a big part and it has a big impact on the thing. Because you got to remember, like, Leia is the last bit of light, I think, for Kylo. So I think if his mother dies, I think that could, you know, clearly it's in the family. When mums die, they don't tend to do so well, Skywalkers. So it will definitely play a role there. So I like that that whole thing there. And then the big thing at the end here, on a planet with a big ocean and sort of on a grassy knoll looking out, and the wreckage of a Death Star. Now, which Death Star? It will be interesting, because, like, where did this stuff end up is interesting. Maybe it was another Death Star that was being built. I don't know. It's interesting to see. It kind of looks to me like a little bit like the first one, the one we saw in 4, which was destroyed. So maybe like the parts of it got blown out and it's like crash landed on this planet or something. Because it doesn't look like Yavin, but I mean, we haven't seen the full like moon of Yavin for us, so like we don't quite know. Like, there could be an ocean with the grass and all the rest of it. It could clearly be that, but we don't quite know that. Looks amazing though. Looks absolutely amazing. This sort of wreckage in this ocean and stuff. And then it happens. The laugh, the cackle, the what Snoke lacked was this just sinisterness that the Emperor had. They're like, okay, Snoke's dead, but we're gonna bring back what you wanted. you guys were thinking like, oh yeah, he was a Emperor clone, he was this or that. I think this will be an Emperor clone. I guarantee it. I don't think this will be the original Emperor. I think this will be an Emperor clone. Bring in that extended universe stuff. Could potentially have a clone of Darth Vader. We don't know. Oh, like that is like that, to bring people back on board, they had to do something like this. They really did. They like to get those, you know, guys, the Star Wars fans that wanted the traditional Star Wars stuff, that just hated 8 with a passion. They needed to do something big this way, and to bring the Emperor back, holy cow, like that is massive. That is huge. So I mean, it's just this laugh. We don't quite know how it's gonna go. I hope they keep it a secret for a lot of the time. I hope that we don't see him. I don't want to see him in these trailers. I don't. Keep it all a secret. Keep it all a mystery. That way we get theory crafts going and stuff like that. You know, we love doing it. We love doing it. Like, I hope they keep that stuff a bit, like, secret. I think that'd be really, really good. Just sound bites like this. You know, just, you know, him talking, you know, just certain lines that you know is the Emperor and stuff like that. Ooh, I am so excited. Then we get the title. Then we get the title. Rise of Skywalker. Interesting name. Interesting name. It gets a lot of theories going. Gets a lot of theories, like, you know, the rise of Skywalker. So, like, it basically plays into, like, Rey. Like, are they actually gonna make her Luke's daughter? Is she related to a Skywalker in some way? Is someone else gonna be, like, related to a Skywalker? They have said that the next trilogy will not have a Skywalker. So how does that all play out? We don't quite know how that's gonna work. But the Rise of the Skywalker definitely, you know, get your mind going on where, you know, the way the movie's gonna go. It's got that little bit of, like, the Return of the Jedi kind of ring to it. I do think this is gonna follow that a lot. I do. I don't think it, maybe not as much as what Force Awakens did, because that was a criticism, that a lot of people had. It was just like a remake of A New Hope. So I think that's that. I think they need to go back to the more traditional, but don't follow the story completely like Force Awakens was. I love Force Awakens, by the way. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. But it was very much a copy of A New Hope. But a great way to bring people back into the Star Wars fold. 8 goes too far, has a lot of stupid moments in it. A lot of great moments, but a lot of stupid ones too, which ruin it to a point. And then obviously we get this. This is a good way to get people hyped for Star Wars again, get people going. Obviously we got that new Disney service coming, with Mandalorian, and several other projects coming in on that. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I knew this celebration, like Star Wars celebration, thing, we were gonna get something big coming out for the new Star Wars. So I'm glad I'm up for it. I'm glad I'm up for it. I'm glad I stayed up late. It's actually like 6 o'clock in the morning, and now I got to edit this. But yeah. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for us. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Have a look around the channel and stuff. See if you like what you see. Big thank you to everyone. The sub count still keeps going up. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. I'm glad a lot of you are liking the Final Fantasy 14 content and stuff like that. It's kind of like all I'm playing at the moment. So big thank you to everyone who's been checking out that and all the other stuff too. Appreciate it a lot. And yeah. All right, guys. Catch you later. Peace. Bye.